Alright, we live. Long road, but we finally at the end. So much to talk about. So much to talk about on the night show. I think at this point, Hitter, we at the point now where the reboot is the thing now. Is the old league is forgotten about.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, it was
David Rose won what?
right. It was so many perks to it though. Starting it over, man. Like we got to do some things different, man. Like I love the fact that we're not giving out, all these upgrades and all that shit for award winners and all that stuff now, man. Let everybody earn it and build their teams. But we here now, though, man. This the first time in a long time I don't remember recalling being in even my own leagues where week 17 was very important for about 10 teams.
There's so many teams. So many teams had their hands in the cookie jar.
I mean, the playoff race was nuts at the end, bro. Like it was nuts from like week. Let me see. I'm gonna go to schedule real fast before we get into the complete conversation. We let some people get a chance to get on and check shit out. So regular season, no, I don't want to go there. I want to go team schedule, playoff tree. Can I get out of the playoffs? Can we go back to regular season? Here we go. I mean, starting at week 15, you really started to see a few things, man. I'm trying to look through here and see if it was any, but the Bucks beat the Bucks and the Saints had to play late twice, week 15 then week 17. So Bucks pulled it off 34-9. The Saints had an up and down season. He started off hot, bust a major trade that we still talking about to this day. And he cooled off a little bit. That trade affected him, and then he turned it right back up, all the way up into a divisional round game today. Shit, the Raiders, even the Panthers, man, through Reef, angry man syndrome. I think he still did some good things. I think he put a nice little team together, even though he doesn't think he did. He put a nice team together, and he showed a lot more improvement from League One to now. Top dogs, the Raiders, new coach over here with that receiver, man. That rookie receiver was going off. We had world records broken in the run game this year. The Cowboy-Redskin rivalry got real interesting. It went from blowouts to losing and close when it comes down to the Cowboys and the Redskins jungle on. That's a little weird. I want to see how that's going to play out. Is that just a right now thing, or is that the table turning a little bit? Their week 15 matchup was a 24-21 game. The Chiefs with that explosive offense, they damn near number one in everything when it come down to offense. The Dolphins with all them young boys won the division with I don't know if he had a 500 record or what, but he won the division. And got himself to the divisional round, man. Boom, been quiet, and then come out of nowhere and pull a big upset win. We'll talk about that. It was coming down to the wire in every division. The NFC North was huge all the way up to week 17. The AFC South was huge. What other? The AFC East was still huge. And we had a bunch of bubble teams that was playing late for a playoff run. That to me, that was the most important situation to see our league that balance, where we had week 17 and it ain't 3 teams playing and everybody else giving out forced wins and shit, getting ready for the off season. That thing was really it was really jam packed with big games. You had What you called it, right? A hitter, you said in the AFC somebody gonna get a home field advantage in a bye with 4 losses, didn't you?
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Get you a bye.
Yep, 4 losses to get you a bye. That's crazy. It was tight, man. That race was tight. And then you get to week 17. I think by week 17, the Pittsburgh Steelers were in second place in the AFC, and then they dropped the game against the Giants, knocked them out. Went from the second seed to the fifth seed, I think. Knocked them out from second to fifth seed, and picked the Ravens. And the crazy thing is the Steelers beat the Ravens twice. So if they had the same record, he would have had the head-to-head matchup, and then he lost that game. They both had 4 losses, and he lost that week 17 game. It killed them. The Colts were still in fighting. He pulled out the week 17 game, but he needed other teams to win or lose, and it didn't happen that way. The controversy between the Redskins and the Browns at the end of the season, which resorted into a forced win. Browns still made the playoffs off of that forced win. It was a lot going on, man. It was a lot going on late, man. A lot going on late. So one of the things I want to talk about, I want everybody to understand that each division winner, this is what I can't understand right here, man. Chiefs 1, Ravens 4, Steelers 6. You know what though? We looking at that the wrong way though. That's the entire league, right?
Yeah.
The rankings, that's the entire league. That's just not the AFC.
It's BCS.
All right, so maybe we was looking at that wrong though, but that's crazy because on the standings, you finished in front of the Browns and still missed the playoffs at 10-6. And the Browns ended up sneaking in. And then the Colts was up there too at 10-6. So that was crucial, man. You feel like that was just Madden at his best in that situation, or because we still can't calculate on what they calculated.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew it, so I wasn't really too surprised.
I mean, because when it come down to points scored, you scored more points than him. I mean, you did give up 525 points though, and he only gave up 337. But the Colts. Oh yeah, that's right. Early on, Dan, you went from a giving up 92 points in the game to 8-1 record, all the way up to what, week 15? The turnaround, man. Like I said, it was a lot. It's so many storylines that we can attack at the end of this season right now, though. But back to what I was saying, we're gonna start with the AFC North. So Ravens won the AFC North 12-4. But they got 3 people in the playoffs this year. Ravens, Steelers, and Browns all made the playoffs. And when the Bengals is playing, this is probably our toughest division. And with that being said, Ravens, from winning the division, will get a contract restructure on any player he desires. You get to the AFC South, Jaguars won that division. Same, all division winners will get contract restructures. So the AFC South, the Jaguars will get one. AFC East, the Dolphins will get one. AFC West, the Chiefs will get one. NFC North, the Bears will get one. NFC South, the Bucks will get one. NFC East, the Cowboys will get one. NFC West, the Seahawks will get one. Seahawks and Rams, man. The Rams turned it up a little late too, though. But then dropped that huge game at the end, even though it really didn't mean anything. But he dropped that game at the end, coming into the playoffs, wild card round. What was that?
Can't go in the playoffs off the loss.
Yeah, that shit hard, bro. Definitely hard. Definitely hard. So now, man, let's get to some stuff, man. We talking about it, man. So right now, man, this is AntHits, the franchise guru. On the show right now, let's go to podcast show. This is episode 3, season 1. The reboot year of Game of Thrones League, man. We are at the end. We in the playoffs right now. We got we got a bunch of coaches ready to start busting moves and getting ready for the off season, and we still got some guys standing right now. We already had the wild card round last night, and we halfway through the divisional round now. We got the AFC games that need to be played: Chiefs versus Dolphins, Ravens, Jaguars rematch. That should be going on shortly. See how this go. If we can find Boom. But with that being said, man, what did you like about this year, bro?
I like the competitiveness. How everybody came and played.
Yeah, man. We had a lot. Like again, there's so much to talk about, man. Like I said, I mean, let's just go right to it. Let's go to stats real fast before we go to award winners and all that. And let's talk about the league leaders on this year regular season. All right, so when we get to the NFL, man, Patrick Mahomes threw for almost 5,000 yards, 4,961, 64 touchdowns, 18 picks, 66% on the year. Matthew Stafford threw a lot of balls, all no homo, threw the ball all over the park too, 4,656. His downfall was 31 touchdowns to his 45 interceptions. Drew Lock surprised a lot of people in his second season, throwing for 4,390 yards. He was probably one of the hottest quarterbacks, wide receiver quarterback tandem in the league on that late run push he did on that 8-1 record. 42 touchdowns, 37 picks. You feel like you gotta get that 52% up a little bit though, and turn them 37 INTs down?
Yeah. But a lot of those interceptions came from drop passes that would stall until
Right.
bounce up in the air and go 20 yards to a defender's hand.
Right. Russell Wilson threw the ball really well, 76% on the season, 4,387 yards, 50 touchdowns, 19 INTs. That's huge. Matt Ryan, a lot of computer games. David Bannon, the only rookie up here that was out here. Well, not only rookie, but consistent rookie. 67% on the year as a rookie, 42 touchdowns, 23 picks, 4,351 yards. Is it safe to say this is the franchise starting quarterback for the Bucks?
Yeah, that's the man right now.
Right.
James Winston, it's his turn.
Derek Carr threw for 4,298 yards. Deshaun Watson threw for 4,247 yards and was traded late. We will talk about that. The big trade, man. We got really discussed that. That was a huge trade, bro. Huge trade. Deshaun Watson is now a Chicago Bear. Another rookie, Kamara Sessions, up here, but a lot of this was computer games, so we're not going to talk about that. Dak Prescott was 70% on the year. The Cowboys came out with a heavy run game this year, too, and Nick Chubb is looking like a monster over there right now. We're going to get to that, too. All right, so that's the passing, man. You got guys throwing it all over the park. Falky led the league with 310 yards a game. Again, 64 touchdowns. That was huge. And the run game. This is ridiculous. You ready for this stat, bro?
Yeah.
So we had two 3,000-yard backs this year. One 2,800 back this year. So let's talk about this. Triple X, 384 carries on the season, bro. 384. Andrew, all about business, Beckwith had 354 carries. They both were 3,000-yard backs. This guy damn near had 4,000 yards rushing, bro. 3,631 yards rushing, 9.5 yards a carry, 47 touchdowns, average 226.9 yards a game, and only 4 fumbles as a rookie. That's huge. Beckwith, same thing, 354 carries. Todd Gurley had 320. Nyheim Hines had 323. Saquon Barkley with 274. So now let's count this. You got two 3,000-yard backs, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 running backs with 2,000 yards this year, bro. Oh my God, it is all butt balling this year, bro. You got this many running backs with 2,000 yards, bro. 1, Christian McCaffrey, rookie. Hilaire from the Chargers. Mike had a 2,000-yard running back. Nick Chubb had 21-27. Saquon 21-59. Nyheim Hines 2,437 yards. Todd Gurley 2,891 yards, bro. Oh my God, yeah, it was the run game was serious this league, man. This year, our reboot year 1, the run game was off the hook. I mean, you got running backs for 47. Let's look at this. 47 touchdowns, 2 rookies, 34 touchdowns. Todd Gurley 32, still holding on. Nyheim Hines snuck in there with 29 touchdowns. Nick Chubb 28. Clyde Edwards-Helaire 22, Saquon 20, McCaffrey 20, and Devontae Freeman with 20. Bucks had Ronald Jones with a 1,000-yard back. I gotta mention the Bucks and having a 1,000-yard back because he's not a runner at all. I thought that was impressive for him to have 1397 and 17 touchdowns with a running back. Mike and Matt Breida had 12. I think Falk had 2 running backs with 1,000 yards this year. We'll talk about that. That was huge. Sky 2,000-yard running backs and 3,000-yard receivers. That's nuts. That's offensive production. When you get to the receiver side of things, man, got to talk about Jungle with 135 catches with his rookie Deion O'Neal. DK Metcalf had 105 catches. Calvin Ridley had 105. And Khalil Jackson, the other rookie, with 104. Both the Florida State boys went off this year. Catches wise. Now we go to the yards. We had 2,000-yard receivers this year. Sheldon Ward, 51 catches, 2,224 yards, 28 touchdowns. So this guy caught a touchdown every other catch this year. 43.6 average every time he caught the ball. Every 2 times he got the ball thrown to him, 1 was a touchdown. Damn near. That's crazy. But what we gonna talk about? Are these the 2 best receivers in the league, man? You got 3 rookies that led the league in yardage this year. 2,224, 2,128, and O'Neal with 1,869. 20 touchdowns, 21 touchdowns, and 28 touchdowns. Man, are these the superstar receivers in our league right now?
Yeah. The best, and it comes out of the AFC West.
Oh yeah, Sheldon Ward's definitely to me. Now, Khalil Jackson and Sheldon Ward. Like I'm not taking away from what Deion O'Neal did this year. That's big. 135, 1,869. That's huge, bro. 20 touchdowns. And you were very productive. And this guy is a top dog right now, for real. Like he comes back into the next season, he demands a double team right away. But I think nobody present was better than Sheldon Ward's. He was on a different planet. Like he literally came from Mars. And then Khalil Jackson, also from Florida State. Imagine what that college team looked like last year when they was all in college with Khalil Jackson, Sheldon Ward. You had Deion Sanders Jr. over there. They was loaded. So anyway, they had to win the championship back before they all got drafted. But anyway, man, what type of offensive weapon has this guy given you to the point where do you think this changed your entire style of play, your offense? What like what weapon do you have with him? What if you had to explain this guy? What would you say about him?
He's my stretch the field. Don't press up for the run because you're gonna get big.
Now we seen him catching bombs all game long. My thing is, can he take his game to the next level and be a complete receiver and catch intermediate routes, slants, drags, in routes, comebacks, digs, stuff like that? Can he do all the route tree? Is he going to be that type of receiver, or this guy just going, you better play 20 yards off me or I'm going to run by you? Simple as that. 6'5", 195, blazing speed.
He can run all those routes, but I didn't find the need for him to run them because I have 2 other guys that run those routes as well.
Right. All right, so you got to see Khalil Jackson 2 times this year. Is he as good as advertised?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And seemed like he in the right system with the right coach right now too, man. That's huge, bro. 104 catches, 2,128 yards, 21 touchdowns. That's huge. And for Jungle to have a 2,000-yard running back this year and then have a receiver, Deion O'Neal. I mean, this guy catches the ball like 135 catches. That's a lot of catches, man. That's a lot of catches, averaging 13.8 yards a catch. This is the receiver where I don't know. I'm not saying he can't run under bombs and he's a deep threat. I'm not saying he's not a deep threat, but it seems like he's more of a intermediate route runner. Like he can run all the in routes, the digs, the comebacks, the outs, the slants. He can run those type of routes, averaging 13.8 a catch. This guy gonna be sure-handed and he's gonna be a chain mover. That's what it seemed like to me. Rack average 4.4 yards. After the catch. So yeah, again, his longest catch was 75 yards. He's a dog. DJ Chark was on a different planet this year. Tyreek Hill, you really didn't, for him to be the one of the most explosive receivers in the league, like his 61 catches for 1,797 yards, 24 touchdowns seemed like it was quiet. Like I didn't get that. It didn't feel like we got that. Ooh wee from Reek Reek all year long. Like I don't, and I mean, as many games as I watched this guy play, I really didn't see him. It's like that 66 catches was sneaky. 17, 97, and 24 touchdowns was more sneaky than like, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't on a highlight reel every week. Like, yo, Reek Reek ran right by everybody. Again, here you go. He just played football with him. I think he was so well spread out with all his receivers that he kind of lost Reek Reek this year. But DK Metcalf went the hell off. Another guy that showed he can catch the ball all over the field too. Longest catch was 81 yards, but he also averaged 15.7, so he can run the whole route tree. And coming out of college, they said he only could run 9 routes, so he showed that. Shout out to Reef with Curtis Samuels with 60 catches, 20 touchdowns, and that was a rookie quarterback throwing to him. And reason why I want to give Reef a shout out is because he had 2 receivers that was putting in work like that. DJ Moore with 41 catches, 1308, 14 touchdowns. A lot of that is clean up work though, coming from behind. Or do we give him the necessary credit he need?
When we play these games, he's a pretty good user there. He can't be coming from behind every game, running that okey-doke offense.
Right. Right. I think he'll be all right once that quarterback grow up a little bit more. I mean, he put him in situations, but again, the Panthers played a bunch of games coming from behind, so of course those passing numbers are high like that. But again, I like these receivers up here. These guys are household names right now. Can't wait to see what the Pro Bowl going to look like, man, with these guys running around out here. When we get to the defensive side of things over here, stat wise, you had Jermaine Pratt with 119 tackles, Kuechly 105. Old man was there. Deion Jones for the Falcons at 99 tackles. Man, I like tackles for losses. Let's see who led the 24 tackle for losses for Telvin Smith, bro. Jawan Bentley from Patriots had 17. And you get to the sacks. Sack leaders this year, Myles Garrett got moved to D tackle, 33.5 sacks on the year. TJ Watt, 31.5. Brian Burns, another Panther, 26.5. Man, Reef up here on stats like a mug. JJ Watt, another Watt brother, 26 sacks. Gruger Hill, 25. Matt, 24.5. Chris Jones, 20. You had 2 D tackles with 20 plus sacks. That's nuts. But the guy that I like the most out of all these guys was the rookie over there, for the Chargers, LA Chargers, Michael Stonebreaker, man. 65 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 20 sacks on the season as a rookie, bro. He was like one of the best pass rushing rookies we had right there. Roosevelt Pill at outside linebacker had 19-2. Telvin Smith was 17.5. Dante Fowler 16.5. Nick Bosa showed up with 16.5 as well. INTs, man, we had some safeties out there. Clarence Moss, the free safety for the Lions, had 13 INTs. Darius Slade Jr. at corner from the Lions, 13 INTs. Kyle Reedy, another rookie safety with 11. Marcus Peters at corner with 11. They over there going crazy. Jonathan Abrams, the Raiders had him stepping 11. Travarius Ward stepped up for the Chiefs with 10. Justin Simmons had 10. We had a lot of good rookie safeties and that had some INTs this year, man, that made plays. We'll get to talk about some of them when we get to the awards and all that shit, though. But for overall, man, it was some big plays made all year long. These guys was dominating in the stat-wise right now. I'm going to read some of these comments right now, see what we got going on over here. Can barely hear him. Tell DC to increase his mic. Yo, bro. Yo, Nano. Hey, Ant. Hey, Ant. Tell DC to turn his mic level up. Hey, Ant. All right, fellas, let's get to these awards right now, man. Let's get to these awards right now. All right, so just another footnote real fast. Anybody who had a player of the week that got it 4 times during the season will be able to get a contract restructure on that player. So, all right, just letting y'all know now. So it's up to y'all to pay attention to that. Pull them out, DM me if you did it, and I'll go check it. If you did it, you get a contract restructure on them. And if it's somebody that's not up for a contract, then we'll give him a brand new contract. Alright, so back to awards. Let's talk about it. Yearly awards right now. So how you feel about Triple X winning the MVP?
It's well deserved. He ran for it.
He definitely ran for it. He said, "I'm in the MVP race. I decided I'm going to be in the MVP race, and I'm going to run for it." Man, do you think he lost in the wild card round, man? He carried the ball a lot. I think he barely crunched 100 yards in that game. You think his tires wore down, man?
Yeah, he ran out of gas.
Yeah, I can see. I think he ran out of gas, bro. You might not even want to start him coming into, like, make sure he don't play no preseason games. He don't gotta go to training camp or nothing. Just let him sit in the ice tub and just chill until regular season week 1, man. Andrew Beckwith was up here second in the running. Todd Gurley finished third. Naeem Hines finished fourth. We had a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes finished fifth. Again, this was the year of the running backs for real. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Surprise, surprise. Triple X. NFC. Andrew Beckwith. Get back to the AFC and look at the Defensive Player of the Year over here. TJ Watt won that. And the NFC, you had Brian Burns won Defensive Player of the Year. Good shit, Reef. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Andrew Beckwith. I mean, I know the game give out their Rookie of the Year, but I kind of like that the Bucks quarterback for that award. Shout out to all about business, not taking it away from you, my boy. You earned it. Rookie of the Year, but we can't sleep on what David Bannon did as a rookie quarterback, though. That was impressive. AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, Extension. Again, we had some real big weapons over here that was rookies, man, but Extension had all world numbers, so nobody's gonna step in front of that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, a hitter.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders the second, man. Baby Primetime got this award, Defensive Rookie of the Year, bro. Let's talk about it.
Ramsey who?
Ramsey who? Bro. We gotta pause here real fast.
You gotta pause because for him to start off the first 3 weeks struggling, I mean really struggling to the point where he was almost benched.
Oh my God!
And had the coach thinking, what did I do?
Like bad too, like it was crazy because I mean he couldn't cover nothing. You run a post, he couldn't chase you in the side. Like you did a double move, he just was stuck. It was bad, bro. It was bad, and then all of a sudden he unlocked, and it was just like the transformation just happened right before our eyes. Like you saw it. It started in the Steelers game, and then from that point on, he just was bonkers. So I want to point out something right now. Let me get out of preseason, get to the regular season. I'm gonna go through my schedule real fast, and I'm gonna show y'all from the transformation from start of the season to where he ended up at. Right. I don't care about his stats. I'm only going to the players we played against. All right. So here we go. So week 1, we played the Texans, a 45-31 game, and if you look at that, I'm not going to break everything down, but Nick Foles is the Texans quarterback ain't here, so he over there with the Bears, so I can't get the stats on how many he threw for about 300 something yards on me. But when you went to the receiving game right here, all right, Will Fuller went off 5 catches, 159 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now, the problem with that, he was the man in that game. He wasn't Deion wasn't covering him. He actually was on DeAndre Hopkins. 5 catches, 65 yards, 13 yards a catch, no touchdowns. Would you say he did his job that game?
What was the stats again?
He had 5. DeAndre Hopkins had 5 catches, 65 yards, no touchdowns.
Yeah, that's pretty shut down right there.
Yeah, and he was following him around. So I mean, Will Fuller was the one that went off. So all right, so that's a pretty good situation over there. Then you get to the Colts game, and he had to play T.Y. Hilton in this game. All right, so then you get to this game, and you look at the receiving yards. T.Y. Hilton had, I don't even see him on here. Maybe we missing something. Maybe he wasn't covering the number 1 receivers yet. It might have been maybe he wasn't, because Paris Campbell had 1 catch for 9. That wasn't even on him. This wasn't a passing game. Let's get out of that. But we was 0-2 in this game, and in those games I saw him getting used a little bit. Vikings game didn't play. You come back to the second Texans game. All right, you ain't gonna see Deshaun Watson's numbers up here, but let's go look at it. D-Hop went off on him. 6 catches. Now this is when he was really covering him. 6 catches, 152, 2 touchdowns. Rookie corner couldn't do shit with him. You get over there, you ain't gonna see no stats on a rookie cornerback at all. None whatsoever. He did have an INT in that game. Two solo tackles in the INT, but he got abused. D-Hop had 2 touchdowns on him. All right, they got the win, but that wasn't a step up for him. Then you had the Chiefs. Now he was locked on Tyreek Hill the entire game. This game, and I started to see it a little bit in this game. We lost this game though, but Reek only had 3 catches for 33 yards. So the potential of Ramsey who was there. Like we know we have a shutdown corner. He just wasn't all the way ready yet. Now a lot of the Reek only having 3 catches for 33 yards was Falk ran the ball a lot more in this game than he threw it, because as you can see, Kelsey, nobody really had big numbers in that game, so it was a run game and it was a start over game. So all right, so we come out of that, you get to the Bengals. Ran the ball. I'm not even going to that stat because he ran the ball completely. All right, Titans was a computer game. Steelers, here we go. This is where he was unlocked and he started to step up, in my opinion. All right, so Juju Smith, 6 catches, 23 yards in that game, and he was locked on him. That I consider that a shutdown. Then you go to the defensive side of things and you look at what he did on the defensive side of things. He had an INT and 2 sacks in that game. This is when he grew up right here. So not to spend long on my team. I'm doing this for a reason, because I think this guy right now might be one of the top corners in the league right now, bro. Like, I'm quite sure if I go through and you still got to deal with Ramsey and Gilmore's and some other rookies out there that put work in though. But then you come in this Bears game, and this is where the X Factor happened. This is when he turned into an X Factor DB and became a shutdown. And I don't think people realize how important it is to get a cornerback on X Factor and have a shutdown. So he balled out in this game too. He had a pick in that game. And then I won't go through it, but after that, nobody else was doing anything. I want to see if I can get to that postseason game and what he did to Odell Beckham in the playoffs yesterday. Yep, getting to it. Where Odell at? 1 catch, 13 yards, bro. Like, that's shut down. Like, and one of the passes he threw to him, he picked it off. So that's shut down. Like, I got a shutdown corner over here, and I'm ready to beat on my chest and say I got a top 3 corner right now. Over in Jacksonville. So as fast as we lost Jalen Ramsey, we replaced it that fast. They all in the draft, man. Go get you one. All right, off of that, let's get back to some of these awards and stuff, man. I just wanted to shed light on how nasty that corner really playing right now, bro, because he's a flat-out shutdown. Most of y'all that watch me play know what I'm talking about. So back to the awards. Not transactions, we want awards. All right, so in the AFC, we left off at Defensive Rookie of the Year. All right, in the NFC, the Defensive Rookie of the Year was Roosevelt Pill, Jungles linebacker, stepped up big time. I thought Moss would win it with all them damn interceptions, but he didn't. But best quarterback in the NFC was Russell Wilson, and then David Bannon. In the AFC, you got Patrick Mahomes, Drew Lock. That, like I said, that was impressive what Drew Lock did. Running backs, of course, Extension, Naeem Hines, and Hilaire. NFC, Andrew Beckwith, Gurley, and Chubb. Best receivers over here, DK Metcalf, Deion O'Neal, and Curtis Samuels. DJ Moore, solid. AFC, 2 rookies, Sheldon Ward, Khalil Jackson, DJ Chark, Hill and Hardman. Marquise Brown is up here too. I got to see him tonight, bro. Oh, Lord. All right, old lineman, the Colts, man, probably had the best line in the league. As you can see, 1, 2, only 2 guys up here, bro. I don't know. Better not be nobody else with more than 2, or we ain't gonna. The Ravens, 1, 2, 3. Chiefs with 3 too. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Let's get to the defense side of things. Miles Jack, defensive lineman of the year. J.J. Watt, Chris Jones. That's crazy, bro. You got 2 D tackles sitting up here. Dante Fowler. The Browns and the Chiefs pass rush is ridiculous right now. NFC, Brian Burns, Cameron Jordan, Aaron Donald, Nick Bosa, Clowney, they all big time names right there, man. That's huge. Best linebackers in the NFC: Gruger Hill, Khalil Mack, Shaquem Griffin, rookie Roosevelt Pill. AFC, you have T.J. Watt, Telvin Smith, and Jatavius Brown. Michael Stonebreaker was one of the top linebackers around right now, bro. This guy gonna be a beast for years to come. And you get to the DBs, Jonathan Abrams went ham, Marcus Peters went nuts, Justin Simmons. Did you expect Justin Simmons to have the type of year he had?
Yeah, because I'm a big Justin Simmons fan, but I thought with the addition of Honey Badger that his numbers would drop off, but he actually stepped up and played a lot better alongside Honey Badger.
Right. I mean, you did have 2 bookend safeties this year. That trade was huge and part of the trade you made, man. The Dolphins rookie Derek Hardy up here too. All right, so they the awards, man. All right, so now we had some teams that we want to talk about when it come down to GMing, but before we get into that, we have to talk about the late season trade that was made by the Bears. So as you can see, Deshaun Watson is now a Chicago Bear. I'm gonna give you all the details of that trade. This is a trade alert. We got to talk about it. And now that leaves the Bears with Mitchell Trubisky sitting on the bench with an X factor on him, though. Now I thought Mitchell Trubisky, we approved the trade, so Mitchell Trubisky should be a Brown right now. Him and Tyreek Cohen. I don't know why they didn't make that trade yet, but it was approved. So Tyreek Cohen and Mitchell Trubisky is now in a Brown. They play for the Browns right now. But man, Deshaun Watson, Texans giving up Deshaun Watson and the Bears getting him. Who's the winner in this situation?
What did he go for?
All right, so he went for a first. Let's go to the trade. I'm gonna come out of there before we go back to that. Let's go. Let's see what it was. I know it was multiple draft picks. I know it was definitely multiple draft picks in this trade. I'll get to it right now. Let's go to the Bears. And let's go to the trade. All right. So Bears traded 2022 third round pick. Bears traded a 2022 second round pick. They traded a 2021 third, a 2021 first. So it looked like Deshaun Watson went to the Bears for a first, a third this draft, and a second and a third next draft. It's a lot of picks, man.
A first, a second, and 2/3. One future and one present.
Yeah, he got 2. Now he got a second and a third future, and then he got a third and a first future. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's some good ass draft picks right there, man. I guess it's a wait and see what's going on with the Texans. But like again, we talked about this off show. The Texans giving up Deshaun Watson. That means right now his major need is quarterback. So now he has to attack the quarterback. Attack a quarterback in this draft. There's no way. We talking first round pick quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your number one need right now. My problem is this: it's not like your receivers are young, man. Like Will Fuller's been in the league for a few years already. D Hop is pretty much been in the league for a while now, man. These guys, they don't got time to be waiting for a rookie quarterback to catch up to where they playing at right now. So I think he just killed some part of his offense. He do got Melvin Gordon over there. He can run the ball, but it's gonna take some time for that rookie quarterback to grow up, bro. Unless he find the right quarterback, man. Not everybody can do what the Bucs does with his rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And you in a big division. That division get after the quarterback, bro. So
I'm just wondering, is it going to be a quality quarterback at 17?
And that's where you pick at 17, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of teams looking for quarterbacks right now. It's crazy because you wouldn't think it would have been. It is a lot of, because we had about 4 or 5 of them starting this year that came out in last draft. But we already have an onslaught of quarterbacks coming into the league this year. That's going to have to start for teams day one. And he one of them. So at 17, is he going to get a dog, bro?
Yeah, he's going to need a dog.
I just don't. I mean, you're building for the future, but that changes how you got to build, because now you got to go get some young, like, once you bring a quarterback in, you got to bring the pieces in with him. He do got a young line, but Melvin Gordon's up there in age running the ball. D Hop up there in age. Will Fuller he's still cool. You can still deal with him for a little bit, but he's getting up there. He's gonna have to use those draft picks and really build something. He gotta like almost start like he don't even have good receivers on his team now. He gotta start building now. Right now, so he got to go quarterback. He's probably got to get him a receiver in this draft to grow with that quarterback. All types of shit. So we shall see, man. Right now, the Bears coming in.
He's still got QD sitting over there.
Yeah, QD over there,
old.
24. How old is Will Fuller?
Will Fuller's 27.
27, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. And D-Hop, what, about 29 right now?
29. Him and Stills are 29 years old.
Right, so, again, you don't have time to be playing around with no rookie quarterback to be throwing shit in the dirt and all that. You just got to hope their veteran-ness is going to allow that quarterback to play a little better. So, yeah, you got to get young at receiver along with this quarterback you great bring in. But on the flip side of that thing, did that just turn the NFC North up on top of his head with the Bears getting Deshaun Watson?
The Bears are putting their division on notice.
Mm-hmm.
This is close this year. Next year, I think it's going to be a runaway.
Yeah, I think well, because what happens is Deshaun Watson comes in and he just brings a different element to the game over there for the Bears, and I think he fits perfect on how the Bears play. I played him this year. Like, that's a perfect quarterback for what his system is. Now, with that being said, the Lions got to go get a quarterback right away. So I think they'll address that. And now you're dealing with a rookie quarterback. Aaron Rodgers on his way out the door. The Vikings, I don't know what type of move he going to do. Is he going to play with the quarterback they got already, or he going to get a quarterback? But at the end of the day, you got two veteran quarterbacks over there. One that's in his prime, but he's young. The other one on his way out the door, Aaron Rodgers. And then you got two rookie quarterbacks coming into that division. Yeah, to me, it's still the Packers, or it's going to be the Packers or the Bears division to win next year, and really I think it goes through the Bears first. But I like the trade, but he already didn't have picks, but he got back into it with the Trubisky and Cohen trade. But they already gave up a shitload of shit for Khalil Mack over there. So I mean, he moving though, busting moves, man. Do you like that GM move though?
I like the GM move as far as being able to compete now.
Right.
What concerns me is the Texans, knowing that the Lions and the Vikings both picked before him in this draft.
Right.
Right.
Right. And then my thing is, what type of picks do he got? Is he going to shuffle some of these picks to try to get into a top 10 real fast, or what? Like, because like you said, Lions, Vikings all picked before him right now. And all these teams with the top picks right now, I'm not saying all of them need quarterbacks, but it's about 7 teams looking for a starting quarterback right now. I don't even know if it's 7 quarterbacks coming out like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a roll of the dice situation right here. This can make or break the Texans completely right now, man, because they were in the hunt for that division all year long up until they lost that big game against the Titans. When they lost that game, they lost their chance of still winning that division. Yeah, but I like that trade though. But through the whole year, all the trades that was being made and all that, are we comfortable with giving somebody a GM of the Year award right now?
Yeah, last time I checked, it was between the Rams
and the Colts.
The Colts. Yeah,
Rams and the Colts. So overall, I mean, Rams made it to the divisional round. Colts just missed the playoffs. Who had the better GM skills this year of them two, man? Are we comfortable giving it to the Rams because he went farther off to the divisional round with that team?
Yes, because even though the AFC was stacked, the NFC was just as stacked.
Right. Like I said, we got an even lead, man. Both conferences has some ballers over there, though. All right, so the Rams. I'm not gonna go to his roster, but he did get Baker Mayfield. He got Malik Hooker. He bust moves over there, bro. You got Jalen. You got to count Jalen Ramsey in that trade. Yeah. So he got a bunch of top guys over there. So let's give a shout out to Rocky the Bull. Congratulations on us giving you GM of the Year. And you will be able to get a contract restructured because of it. Good shit. Completely good shit, man. Don't show him some love in the chat, man. That boy did his thing. GM of the year, Rocky the Bull. Hey, man, we in the divisional round, but we gotta talk about the wild card round of the playoffs right now. Hitter.
Yeah, definitely. That was a very intense round.
That wild card round was serious, bro. Like, it was tough, man. All right, so you look at Browns had to travel to Jacksonville. Saints had to travel to Buccaneers. They played for the third time this year. Steelers traveled to the Dolphins, and the Rams traveled to the Bears. All right, all those games. Which game here would you have said would have been the game of the week?
The game of the week to me.
It's tough, right?
Would have been the Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville.
Right. That was a huge game. Cleveland beat them on a bomb in the regular season. Threw a bomb to Odell Beckham to win that thing in the regular season. But we came back and pulled that thing off, man. Browns-Jaguars game, 24-14. Jacksonville pulled the win off. It was huge, bro. Huge win. Big time win over a really good opponent, man. Like I said, Knox played so methodical, man. He really tried not to make no mistakes. But the thing was, we forced him into 5 turnovers. He threw me 5 interceptions, and I think that was the difference in the ball game, to be honest with you. He just turned the ball over, and Saquon went the fuck off. Simple as that. Like, but I like the Saints Buck game. I didn't think this would have happened 30-17. I never saw that coming. But at the end of the day, he is playing with a rookie quarterback. And the difference between the Saints playing with a rookie quarterback and the Bucks playing with a rookie quarterback, the Bucks throw the ball all game long. Saints don't. He run. So that 30-17, the run game worked. I just didn't think the Saints defense was good enough to hold the Bucks to 17 points. But again, when that run game working, that momentum on his side, ain't nothing you could do about that shit. A big game that I watched late last night, Dolphins-Steelers game. Dolphins dominated that game. The MVP at Triple X really didn't look like a top running back at all in that game. He kind of got shut the fuck down, and I credit that to overusing him. Like, completely overusing him. You came into the playoffs and really couldn't. You can't play from behind if you ain't breaking 70-yard runs for touchdowns. So the passing game was non-existent for the Pittsburgh Steelers pretty much all season. And I don't think it was non-existent because he can't throw the ball. But watching, and this is no shot and nothing like this. I've played with crack in plenty of leagues. Very good user, very competitive. I definitely don't think he an ass user. But last night watching that game, it looked like he couldn't make one read on the field throwing the ball. I don't think because he can't throw it. I think because he wasn't throwing it. Because he decided to give his running back 40 carries a game. He completely forgot about the passing game, and I think it killed him against the Dolphins because the Dolphins moved the ball consistently up and down the field on him last night. And when it came down to having to play from behind, if you can't break 70-yard runs, one play touchdown runs in the run game, you in trouble. And he really didn't throw the ball at all. He couldn't really, to be honest with you. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger old as shit. I know he probably looking for a quarterback himself. I can't see how he going to stay with Ben Roethlisberger. There's no way. But one completion though, 4 attempts. That's not going to get it done, unless you playing with the league. Because I did something like that over there. I only completed like 3 passes over there in my game. But Ben Roethlisberger. Is it safe to say he's out of here? We seen the last of Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah, and Ben is done.
Another guy that's out of there. I hope there's not enough quarterbacks in the league in the draft for this, because it seems like there's a lot of guys that we'll come back and do a separate show on the draft on a draft preview on what people need to be getting and what we think people are going to get right now though. But and then the last game we talk about in that wild card round was the Rams and the Bears, 23-13. The Rams pulled it off. We expected the Rams to win this game though, right?
Yeah. But you can never be sure when you're in the playoffs, and Lava's a very competitive coach.
Yeah,
GM over there in Chicago.
Yeah, he's very competitive, bro. I think we found a really good user with Lava over here, though. But I did expect the Rams to win that game because of Todd Gurley, period. Simple as that. And then I thought overall that the pieces he put together, it wasn't like he went and got a bunch of rookies and he had to play with them. This guy was playing with some good veteran trade pieces, man. Guys that was ready to go. When you get in the playoffs, you playing with some guys that's already ready to go. It makes things a lot easier. So they pulled it off. All right, so we are in the divisional round right now, man. And like I said, the two NFC games was played. We had a hell of a game I watched today between the Saints and the Seahawks. I literally thought the Seahawks was on his way out after having that hell of a season he did, and then surprise, surprise, DK Metcalf run up under a bomb. Some might call it a Hail Mary. If you ask the Saints, you have the Seahawks, that's what a top 5 coach do. You have the Saints, he got lucky. You know what I'm saying? But they was rocking. It was a tough game, a methodical run game. It was the butt ball game because there was nothing but running going on from the Saints, and he was like, stop me. And then the Seahawks, playing his style of play, but he ended up pulling it out, man. And then the Rams-Cowboys game, 21-37. I'm going to look at some of these stats over here with this game. Prescott threw for 320 yards, 3 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield looked like he had a shitty day. Yeah, Baker Mayfield had a shitty day. And in the run game, 15 carries from Nick Chubb, 170 and a touchdown. I saw the touchdown run that Nick Chubb had in this game. And when I tell you, I haven't seen since Madden 18 when I had Leonard Fournette doing this, I haven't seen somebody run somebody over full speed and never lost speed whatsoever. He ran somebody over in the Rams secondary on a long run right after halftime and took that shit like, let's see how many yards it was. Longest run, 75 yards for a touchdown. When I say he ran somebody over, I'm definitely going to get that highlight before when I make my highlights, Jones. I'm getting that and pulling that on highlight because it was a non-stop truck. It wasn't no, you slowed me down when I ran into you. It wasn't no, I lost balance. It was, I ran you over. You wasn't never there, and I still was at top speed over there. Gurley did have 156 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it seemed like the passing game really killed the Rams, man. And, again, GM of the year, but you going home the divisional round. You still had a tough season this year, man. Good shit. All right, so we still got the 2 big games we waiting on. Game of the week, Jaguars, Ravens, and then Dolphins, Chiefs. How you feel about the Dolphins, Chiefs game?
I really think Miami comes into this game upset-minded, and they actually have a good chance of pulling off the upset.
All right, so what I'll say is Jesus Warrior is probably the most annoyingest user when you got to play him because of how he play. And I think I do think Falk has it figured out though. But it can get chippy. I think you're right. I think this can be a real scare in the beginning. And but I do think the Chiefs is just too much. You're gonna pull it out. Definitely gonna pull it out big time. But don't be surprised, man. The Dolphins in his way of play, man. He can give the Chiefs problems at any moment. Just don't. If a couple things happen and Chiefs turn the ball over a couple times, man, things can go different at any moment though. But I do got the Chiefs winning this ball game. Then you got the Jaguars, Ravens, the rematch. The Ravens knocked the Jaguars from having home field advantage and the bye in the week 1 and made them play in the wild card round. Big game. Ravens came out and dominated the first game in the regular season game, man. I can't pick myself or nothing like that, so I'm gonna ask you, what do you think gonna happen in this game?
I think the Jaguars going to come into this game a little more focused. They caught the Ravens caught the Jaguars a little bit off balance a couple of weeks ago. This rematch is highly anticipated and wanted by Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 14-point win for the Jaguars.
Man, it's going to go down, man, because you got electrifying Lamar Jackson on the field. You got one of the fastest receivers in the world on the field over here. So it can get crazy over here right now, man. The Ravens do got a good run game, and they got strong defense over there. They got 2 shutdown corners out there on the field, and they still got Earl Thomas sitting in the middle with that young Pro Bowl safety they got. So it's gonna be fun. We'll see, man. I'm ready to get to it. See where this guy at. Maybe we can get this thing knocked out real soon, though. But that's our show. We'll be back after the divisional round. Once the NFC and AFC championships get played, we'll be back in effect. This is AntHits, the franchise guru. Thanks for tuning in, fellas. We coming right back at y'all in a little bit. Holla at us when you holla at us.